Welcome to the people of Sea, Sun and Salt. The people of Sea, Sun and Salt is a new, very relaxed, super chill city builder. It reminds a bit of the lost and sunken world of Atlantis. It's from a small development studio and a small publisher, and this is one day after release. Today is April 2nd, 2026, and we're live with this game on Twitch. Hello to YouTube. We'll be playing this for about 3 hours, which I guess will be around 4 YouTube episodes. If you want to get the game, it costs next to nothing, as they say in standard German. So you can get it for next to nothing at Games Planet with a 25% release discount for €7.58. Definitely something incredibly cheap, very affordable. And it's a game I rarely play, namely a small city builder from a small team. And I mainly play it because of the nice atmosphere. The game enchanted me when I tried it out. I also had other options for the stream, more complex, more elaborate city builders, but I thought, no, this is a real feel-good game. One of those games where you can just relax and let your soul unwind while playing, and I was really in the mood for that. Let's get started, let's play. Let's start a new game. No, I want a new one, a new civilization, there we go. And it starts with cards. We're here to tell a story. Watch the 3 cards closely and see what happens. The story of a people, the castaways on a sun-drenched island. The game uses simple means but is very stylish. Sons and daughters of the endless sea, the relentless sun, and the generous salt. People of Sea, Sun, and Salt. Now it's up to you. Did they survive? Did they flourish? We're basically retelling their story. The story of their civilization, constantly threatened by the sea, even though it's a cozy city builder. Or did they eventually disappear and get wiped out? Because responsibility is needed, especially if you haven't led the people well enough. The hand is shouting in the chat, really cool design, telling the story with such simple means. What did they believe in? How did they develop? And what held them together? But first, let's get to know them. The people of Sea, Sun, and Salt. We start on a tiny little island with the first chapter, with the prologue, Humble Beginner. These are our people, the few folks walking around here. Let's start by settling them and putting them to work. First, build a house. Down here is the construction queue. It starts out very small and later gets a bit bigger. Let's zoom in really close and you can see the graphics are a bit blocky, but only a little bit. And we have rich sun-drenched colors. Mediterranean Sea weather. We build a house first, and we don't have to think much about where to build it, because after a short time, all buildings can be relocated at any time without any hassle. A house costs 25 stones and 40 food. And 3 people can live in it, but the resources aren't even displayed yet. Let's say we'll build a house right here. Oh, more housing. Yeah, I'll turn it around. Just like this. There are already quite a few living here. And so that we can keep building, we need quarries. Mining down here. Quarry. And each worker there produces up to 20 stones per minute. And we can only do that on the stone ground, not on the green fertile ground. Let's place one. I'll leave a little space open. And how do you rotate it again like this? You rotate with Q and E. I'll leave some space on the left for a road. That would be really tight. And actually, one tile is enough for them to get through. There's the quarry. We were going to build a vegetable garden, but I'll speed things up and build a second quarry instead. How do I change the angle? I don't think you can. This is where the people and the worker live. Now we'll place the vegetable garden on grass. 41 grain per minute with one worker. And now we'll put him right next to it here. With a road in between. Oh, we start down here and it's in here now. Leave one street open to walk through, right here. Our subjects find jobs near their homes. We can check the buildings to see if they need more workers or if there are any unemployed people. We should take a look over the whole island. This is what it looks like. Use the right mouse button to move items. Mouse wheel to zoom. I'm a bit frustrated that I can't change the camera angle right now. I can rotate the camera. Yeah, but apparently I can't change the angle. Change camera angle, shift and mouse wheel. Cool. So it does work after all. Very nice. I find it much more pleasant this way. Paths, so you can place them between houses and work to make things faster. But first, let's add a few more people, a few more houses. We have 25 stones and 40 grain. One here, please. You see, there are many different graphic models. We rotate it on its own axis with R. 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 Now let's also build a few paths. I think paths cost stones. 1 stone per tile. You can extend them up to 3 tiles. That means, for example, we can build a path here. Ourselves. We'll do that up here as well. A 2-tile path. Back here as well, please. No, I'll do it like I did with the others. No, not like that, but like this. The paths here are really very narrow. Only one person can fit at a time, but that's enough. It's enough. I think I'd like to see if I can already lift and push it. Not yet. We'll do that here later. Now we're making a well. Water is produced in the omni-chamber kindness. I would say we could put those in between. A well goes here. Yeah. The foundations of our advanced civilization have been laid. They say we have to keep the city tidy. Workers live close to their workplaces. The people do that automatically. Paths shorten walking time. 15 subjects, we should make sure of that by building even more houses. Gladly. Population of 15 R to rotate. I already figured that out myself. we're on our lunch break. There's a lunch break, work, sleep, and work, and afternoon up. We'll build a few more houses. We have too little food, right? We're producing too little food. We're definitely going to build more. One here. Should the food supply increase again? We have plenty of water, stones as well. Food is running low. Let's build another vegetable garden. Can we actually fit 2 here? We can fit 2 here if we rotate them. And then place the well down there. One here. We'll put one there later. We'll move the well later. How do you see the paths people take when you click on a work building? That's very clear, yes. Wells also need workers. We're slowly getting more food, yes. We can build the next houses. Can we maybe fit exactly 2 more there? Yes. No. Bye. Shame, unfortunately not. Didn't build it tight enough? No, I built it as tight as possible. Unfortunately, that's not possible. How could we make good use of this here? I think one gap is too big, right? I think the gap is too big. No, that's just right. They're built really close together. Now we have 15 people goal achieved. I'll click on the goal once. Sea, sun, and salt dance once again. And when their children find their footing, civilization rises again as before. And there are 15 eras in the game, 15 chapters. We were just in the prologue, and now we have the Age of Awakening. The dawn of our civilization. With progress, the people seek meaning. That's why our people need time to gather and worship goddesses. Is there by any chance a female viewer in the chat who is willing to volunteer as a goddess to be worshipped by the others? Is there a volunteer job description? You have to be willing to be worshipped as a goddess? Are there any volunteers in the chat? Cindy, Trophy, would that be something for either of you? Okay, if I have to original Cindy, then I'll do it. Please pay tribute to original Cindy in the chat. Every day at sunset, the people gather at the stele. What will they worship above all else? We have to decide that. Depending on our choice, we'll get different gameplay progression. Sea, sun, or salt. And you guys in the chat were really in favor of the sea just now. Let's pay our respects to the sea. Oh, easy mode. Land is easier to unlock. Normal mode. Food is more plentiful. Hard mode. Life is a struggle. We're playing the game on normal. This is the difficulty selection. Difficulty levels. What is her greatest virtue? Shall we play with empathy? Normal difficulty? However, we get a higher satisfaction penalty if our subjects go hungry, or slightly reduced walking speed. Then patience will be our guiding principle. Or higher difficulty, we consume more food. I'll go with patience. So if anyone stands for patience, it should be this elderly gentleman here. The chat thinks so too, yes. What is your greatest sin? Theft or heresy? Higher difficulty, less world worship. Normal difficulty, increased yield from work. We'll take the normal difficulty. And so we've made our decision. Our people will worship the sea goddesses at dusk. There is plenty of food because we worship the sun. Slightly reduced walking speed because we are patient people. And we gather around a stele and get more yield from our work. The Age of Awakening begins. Very nice. But be careful, when the water level drops, the sea rises. These are our goals to reach a population of 36. Left click on a building to move it. We need to reach 700 path tiles. We need enough water production before summer. I'll pause with the spacebar. And let's see how it looks. In Arung we're doing well. Stones are okay too. Water is great. Increase culture to reveal land. Rises through the evening worship here at the stele. So, are produced in people during worship. If we have enough worshippers, then they work there. So extra people work there. We then produce culture. We produce a lot of culture, and the sea reaches the next sea level stage. Thank you very much. Is it good or is it bad if the sea rises? How do you understand that? Raise it to reveal land. I always thought I uncovered land there when the sea went down. Retrofreeze was also puzzled. That doesn't make sense. When the sea level drops, you don't feel like the sea is rising, but that the sea is sinking. And when the sea rises, less is exposed. I'm not sure yet. Let's wait and see what happens. That's also a bit awkward in the German translation. Darren von Weiss thinks so too. Let's see if we can get the houses. Ja, die sind alle schon an der richtigen Stelle. Die kann man nicht noch mehr umsetzen. I could only rotate them here so that more fits, or I could put grain there. Let's move this away for now. Perfect. Well, not perfect, but it's getting close to perfection. We'll put one here, then we'll have a little space below for the path. Like this. Great. Then we'll draw another path across. There. We're slowly producing steels, 54 path tiles. And then I'd also like to get the other grain things here. Let's see if we can get a few houses next to each other here. 2 of them. Will that work? One house goes here, all the way to the edge. Yes. Can we get a second one next to it? Do we have a copy tool? Unfortunately, we don't. Another house. Yes, it works. Rotate. That works too. It barely works. I'd like a little space between. I'll put a house next to it with a bit of space. Oh, there's also space for paths there. Look. Paths are always in between. Right? Yes, there are always paths in between. You can put them really close together. Learn something new again. Very nice. Then let's see if we can put the vegetable garden here. Wonderful. Very nice. A vegetable garden here. Let's not start that one here just yet. Here, right? Like this. One goes here. Yeah, is there still room for a path here? I don't think so anymore, right? You can't get through here anymore, or can you? Yes, you can get through here. One over here. You could place a second well here later if necessary. I would place the first well a little farther up. I could place several of them side by side here later. Let it keep running. We have enough stones. We have enough food, but not for much longer. We should focus on food again. Another one goes here. I'll leave a space open for a path. One goes here. And we don't need any more wells for now. That means one goes here. I think I built this too close together here, didn't I? Like this. It's working. Someone was just praying here. On the left, it explains how to copy buildings. Hold down Alt and click on a building. Thank you. Food? It's always a problem. I would start by building up a good supply of food first. 9 vegetable gardens for 1, 2, 6 houses. 5 vegetable gardens for 6 houses. I would like to build a small lead. Copy the next building. Put it over here. I didn't copy it, I moved it. Because I pressed Shift instead of Alt, like this though. Hello Freddy, which mic am I using? That's an Elgato microphone, this is it. I think it's called Elgato Micwave. I can highly recommend it. I'm happy to recommend it. From the company Elgato. Please write it in the chat, !PC. Then you'll end up on my hardware page. There's a link there. Everything is listed there. My PC, peripherals, everything I use. The hardware page link is just below on YouTube. Abimenos. Well, thank you. For the 54, sending my best regards to Abimenos. How do we get to the voting now? We have to keep an eye on the water consumption. I think we can only collect up to 3,000 in total. That's enough. Produce more food, we can build more houses. Let's place a house like this. Ines? That doesn't work? Can we move it further to the right? Yes. Off, please, again. Even having the same thing twice is lame. Let's turn this around. And back over again. It's getting dark here again. Greetings to everyone who joined later. We're playing the People of Sea, Sun and Salt. The People of the Sea, the Sun and the Salt. This is a city builder that was released yesterday, and you can get it for a very low price at Games Planet. The link is pinned at the top of the Twitch chat and we can gladly post it again. Hello Marcel, how are you? Food? We have enough food. It keeps dropping off from time to time. We should build a few more. Maybe we should build some houses more towards the front now. Let's see if we can get back into agriculture, turn things around. Yes. Bummer. Water has been uncovered here. This has been added here. Take a look. Let's build up here. Then we can... Maybe there are more quarries here. Is that even possible here? Hardly. Let's choose residential buildings here instead. We definitely should make sure that we reach a population of 36 here. Blessed are those who have awakened, for their sleep is over, and what was only a dream will come true. Second age of expansion. While our people work and overcome obstacles, knowledge grows. Obviously, our people are reaching the limits of construction. What new type of building should we construct? A temple of the sea? A large building that can accommodate many for worship? Or a smaller structure, just a sea shrine that produces less faith or less culture? I think the bigger one, right? We'll take the Temple of the Sea and show off for once. Agreed? Firebeast, thank you for the 36-month sub. Firebeast has been with us for 3 years. Best regards. Esnavan Bill, thank you for the 52-month sub. Have a great, relaxing evening too. Still have... Also, noch habe ich das... Little one from the construction meeting will take on the challenge of finding a big spot. Our people are finding new ways in food production. Placed on grass. Fields instead of vegetable gardens. More efficient forms of housing. Villas instead of regular houses. We have temples of the gardener, the sea, fields, and villas. I'm really curious to see what they look like. Build more places of worship so everyone can gather. Then let's get started. Then, using destroy, we can remove buildings. We need population. We have to make 72,700 paving slabs right away. Create 700 and a place of worship for 75 residents. Let's take a look at that under culture. The big temple, it needs 350 stones. We'll have to wait a bit until we have those. At the moment it's nighttime, so no one's working. The calendar is at the top, people are sleeping, and now it's time to work. I'd like to place the temple here. And there are 350 stones. Wow, guys. What a monster. Go. Okay. Always happy to. With spaces left open for streets on the left and right. Always like that. Now we need a lot more stones first. Maybe the first step is to start by producing a few more stones. With more quarries, one here. Another one. A third one? Now we have 5 in total and hope that will be enough. So that we have more space, I would even move that one a bit to the left. We can put a street in between. There we have 44 stones again. Living space. We can see the big one. A villa needs 250 stones. A house only needs 25. It fits 9 people, but we have 3. We really have a huge amount of stones. That's crazy. Do we even have enough workers? Yes, workers are assigned everywhere. Is there a workforce overview somewhere? So you can see how many people we have. Summer residents move more slowly. How big is such a house? 250. It should wait a moment. They probably take up less space overall. I think we should build a few more quarries, right? Do people have to walk a long way up? Does one fit here? Unfortunately not. That's one way to do it. Unfortunately, the paths to the residential buildings are quite long. That's a bit uncool. We could also move a few residential buildings closer, but I'd rather build a few large residential buildings first. Now we can do that. Is the villa smaller or bigger? Smaller or the same size? Bigger or the same size? Like the houses here? About 1.5 times as big. Overall, it's very space saving. Let's see if we can put them next to these here. Then down here. No, I mean more like 2 side by side, right? Are they square? We'd have to put smaller ones next to them. Let's see if I can put a smaller one next to it. It's not working. What could you even put here? Like a quarry? Not that either. Nothing fits there. Then that's not so efficient. Then 2 small houses would probably be more efficient up here than the big one. If I put a big one here, will a small one fit next to it? Only slightly offset. Like this, for example. That's wasted space. Oh, maybe below, I could flip the temple. Very good suggestion. Let's flip it. Let's put it here. Or we can place it all the way down here, at the very edge. And now let's see if we can do it without a building. Yes, now it works. That was a good tip in the chat. I was even able to fit it in widthwise here. Put it here. Can you get down here later? There's now more space available here. Everything has just become available. It can be destroyed to get to the stones. Cool. I can get to the stones there. Let's do it. And yeah, right away, great. So pay attention, we can only collect up to 2,000. So, and now even more little houses here. Looks kind of weird, doesn't it? I think I'd really like to film that in Liber. I think it's prettier, with the awning to the left towards the temple. Build paths. Because of the stone production, more like here. Yeah, I'd say we should put more houses around here. Is the food situation getting worse or is it working out? It's so-so. Food has definitely decreased. We're now building the second type of field. Needs water regularly. Let's build a lot more wells. Wow, that thing is huge. There's no room there. I wouldn't do it. Maybe I'd do it up front. Let's put one here. Or two big ones side by side here. Can you do that if you stand it upright? Oh shoot. I could try to move them further forward. You can't move them further to the right either. Of course, we can attach the fields down here. You can do that. Yes, that's possible here. Leave it. Of course, we also build wells nearby. Turn it once. Oh no, seriously? This can't be happening? One field is missing on the left? Can you place the small ones next to it? Not that either. Let's combine the person with the vegetable gardens. You can get stones here. So the small fields produce, let me think for a moment, the small fields produce 62 grain per minute, 62 food per minute, the vegetable gardens, and the large ones produce 512 per minute. But the big ones need 16 workers and the small ones only need 1 worker. That means they're really meant for high-rise settlements. Per worker, that's 62 grain, and here it's only 32 grain. That means they're intended for cities with very large populations that can be supplied. So fields are actually more productive in terms of space, but less productive per capita. A healthy mix is probably quite good. If you turn the big ones, I'll see if 2 small ones fit underneath. Yeah, that was a good tip. It came from Retrofreeze. Very good tip. Flowers in the chat for Retrofreeze. That was a very clever and good comment. Can you move it a bit to the left? And now let's keep adjusting it here. Great. But we also need water here, otherwise they'll keep running forever. Water takes up space exactly where you don't want it to. Over here on the left you can have water. We'll put 2 wells there. Only 1 will work. Oh, it's too close to the other one. Okay. It's very atmospheric here at night. We have more stones than we need. We can start with the paths. Up here we're not rebuilding everything again. I'm too lazy for that. We're already creating many paths. But we might be able to put a big house here. Nine residents in one place and put the 2 little ones somewhere else. Once. Twice. A big one on top. That holds more people. It has more people inside than the 2 small ones. Once around like this? Well? And we even have space down here, maybe for a well? Put that down. Put it a bit in the middle. We can always rearrange it later. Now we also have shorter walking distances here. The food supply is still a bit tight. I don't really like that. Before we build more houses, I'd like to get the food up to at least 1,000. I'd feel much more comfortable with that. Locomant. Many thanks to Locomant for the 39th subscription. Greetings. We can already place a few other path tiles here. We have enough stones after all. Yes. Is there something in between here? Is there space here? A little bit, right? At the top and bottom respectively. Here, these come down. Here it should run a bit faster. Prayers are set up here. Double stone production in quarries is the reward. We want to invest in a few more stones. Look where we can fit those stones in there. Makes sense. Here, for example. This one up front now. We place 664. And now the production of the quarries has doubled. We might even be able to remove a few of them again. Grain is really giving me trouble. It's always too little for me. One big field, better two small ones, right? Here are some more. 1. No space for a small one on the left. 2 is better. 1 here. That doesn't fit either. That's impossible. Just take a few smaller ones and put them here. Yeah, that works. There. Four little fields up here already in my pasta dream. I don't think there's really any other way, right? Still a lot of houses up here, and sometimes we have long ways to go here. That means we should put 2 more houses here. Let's build another residential building. A really big one. This. Right here. Wouldn't be wrong. The music keeps playing. We have 72 people, we need 82. Unfortunately, Hauki is slowly gaining weight. It's slowly starting to show. Just a quick reminder, at Games Planet there are games with a huge release discount. For just €7, and I think it was 58 cents. Something well below €8 link on YouTube. It's in the text description below, valid around the release. That was on April 1st, 2026. Feel free to post it on Twitch and on YouTube. More to come soon.